Tasha. I'm 21 years old. I'm here to tell my story. It's something that's been heavy on my heart. It's really hard for me to talk about it because I've been judged so much for it. So it's like I put up this wall and I didn't tell people about it. I was ashamed. Well, basically, I've been sick since I was 9 years old. That's over half of my life. Over half of my life, I've been going to more than 2, 3 doctor's appointments a week, taking multiple pills a day, for this long period of time, even once I was on a walker. So when I was 9 years old, I asked my teacher, I was in 3rd grade, I asked my teacher if I could go to the bathroom. She told me no. So I started to vomit. No one told my mom. No one said you can go home. Sat there in the rest of class. So I get off the bus. My mom's all confused, like, what's wrong with your shirt? Like, what happened? So I told her I asked my teacher to go to the bathroom. She said no, I threw up. She called my doctor. And the first disease I was diagnosed with was juvenile type 1 diabetes. And that's basically hereditary, so I got that from my dad. It's a very hard disease to manage, to control. So I went to the doctor. My blood sugar was through the roof, and I hadn't had anything to eat. So type 1 diabetes came first. Then it was high blood pressure. Then it was rheumatoid arthritis with systemic lupus. With that, going into middle school, right before I graduated from elementary school, all my hair came out. I mean, there was literally not even half of my hair that I had to go get cut off. When I was 11 years old and going into middle school. Kids were very cruel to me. I stopped telling people because I got this, oh, she's sick, we can't sit next to her, or, oh, she's sick, like, stay away from her. Or the most hurtful one is, I can't catch anything, can I? Like, you're not contagious, are you? And that broke my heart because why would someone be so cruel? Like, I hurt nobody. No disease I have is contagious, for one. And for someone to say that to a child, like, it's very hurtful. So I stopped telling people, like, I was ashamed of it. It was something that I kept to myself. I told nobody. If someone knew I was sick, my mom told them. And this has been a secret for a long time. For a very long time. So, after all my hair came out, muscles in my legs started to deteriorate. So I was on a walker for almost a year. After the walker, things got a little better. Then I was still taking the multiple pills a day, but I was stable. Somewhat stable. So, finished middle school, got into high school, found out my heart was bad. So, I started going to a heart doctor. Tells me, your heart is in bad condition. You know, for you to be so young. For me to have a bad heart, I'm a good person. Like, and no one really understands. No one can ever understand why I kept this to myself, because, you know, nobody understands that all of this happened to a 9-year-old. At 9 years old, I had to grow up. I had to start taking more than 2 insulin shots a day. I had to start checking my own blood sugar, taking medicine. So with the heart thing, it was kind of like touch and go. I would go see the cardiologist, I would go see the liver doctor, you know, I would go see my endocrinologist. I had all these specialists I would go to try to keep me stable, keep me out of the hospital, because I spent over a year and a half in the hospital. Like, I was there more than I was home. And that was hard. Especially on my parents. Like, my dad still worked, but my mom got fired from her job for trying to take care of me. And when I first got sick, I was so rude. I was so hurt. I was just confused as to what is going on. Like, why is my life changing? You know, like, what did I do? And I was rude to my parents. I was rude to my siblings. Because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to act. I was depressed. I've been on antidepressants since I was 9 years old. And I got diagnosed with severe anxiety and depression. I have panic attacks. You can see I'm shaking, like, you know, and it's very hard. It's hard. I mean, something you gotta do though, right? You gotta take care of yourself. You gotta do what you gotta do. Stay strong. It's easier said than done. It really is. So, February, up until like February, well, first when I graduated from high school, that was 2018, nobody at school knew that I was sick. Like, I didn't tell anybody because I was ashamed. So 2018, I graduated. I got a diploma after all of this. And that was a big accomplishment for me because my dad passed away, my mom got sick. My life is hard. But I try not to complain because I'm still here. I'm still here by God's grace. Like, y'all don't know how much I pray. How much I pray for myself, my mom, in this world. Because people are cruel. Even now as an adult, I would tell people my story, but I'm kind of skeptical, like I pick and choose. Because people still draw up and look at me funny, like, yeah, it's me. Like, I get so many, oh, you don't look sick. How do you look sick? Like, if I didn't take care of myself, you would still talk about me. So how do you look sick? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what does that mean? So, after high school, I lost my insurance. For 2.5 years, I couldn't take any medicine. I didn't have any medicine to take. Medicine that I was taking for over 9 years, I couldn't take anymore. So my heart got so much worse. Then I ended up with tachycardia. That's a heart condition where your heart beats really fast, uncontrollably. Like, you could be sitting somewhere and your heart will just start pounding. And that is an uncomfortable feeling. It really is. So, 2020, last year, right before COVID, I got diagnosed with congestive heart failure on Valentine's Day. So I was admitted to the hospital that day. The doctor told me from January 31st to February 14th, my heart got significantly worse. It's like, what? He said, you have worsening heart failure. And I didn't understand what that meant. Like, what does that mean? Like, and my mom just told him, be honest with her. He said, you have congestive heart failure. So I was admitted to the hospital for 5 days that day. And I came home on 12 different medicines. 12 different medicines added to the few or more that I could take. Then I got my insurance back. Then I was able to go see more into the congestive heart failure. So the doctor that I see, I got admitted with congestive heart failure. You have fluid retention, and your heart could like basically drown. Like, if there's too much fluid on you, fluid around your lungs, fluid around your heart, like fluid, like drinking. Like, I can only drink 64 ounces a day. That's also very hard. Like, that's nothing considered to what a person without congestive heart failure consumes a day. So there's that. And after my third fluid retention hospitalization, I was in the hospital 3 times for a fluid overload, I was told by the nurse practitioner, she said, it's COVID, so nobody can come visit you. You can't have somebody stay at the hospital with you. So I'm at the hospital by myself for the first time, staying by myself. No mom. Of course, my dad passed away. No visitors, nothing. So she came in. She said, get your mom on the phone. We're going to FaceTime. I said, she's already on the phone. She said, well, Tasha needs a defibrillator. with a pacemaker inside of it. I was like, what? A defibrillator? I'm 21. Like, I don't want that. I don't want a defibrillator. And she said, your heart is functioning 14%. You have no choice, or you're gonna die. So without even, not even 2 weeks away, I was at the defibrillator consultation. And the doctor, she was really nice. She's a good doctor. She told me, she said, you have no time to waste. Your heart will fail you soon if you don't get this defibrillator. And I had to get it. So a week later, I was having surgery, getting this scar on my chest, putting a defibrillator wire to my heart with a pacemaker. 13 days after October 13th, after my surgery date, I peed so much I had no fluids in my body. I had no magnesium or potassium. I was drained. I didn't have anything. So I got a shock. That's when your defibrillator goes off because your heart has been in an uncontrollable rhythm for a long period of time. And it hurt so bad. That was the worst day of my life. I ran out of, we were at a store, we were at a gas station. Went to use the bathroom, pee again for like the 99th time. So, pee, washed my hands and went out of the bathroom. I came up to this candy display, and all of a sudden I'm feeling like, you need to get out of this store. You don't feel right. I leaned over, touched this candy display, and I felt this jolt of energy go through my body. I felt like a fuse box click on, and electricity went through my body. Made me jump up off the floor, and I let out this excruciating scream. And it's like people looked at me like, what the hell is wrong with her? And my left arm was in a sling because I couldn't use it for a month after the surgery. This has only been 13 days. So, I screamed like, oh my God. I ran out of the store, I got my mom. I grabbed her and I said, it shocked me. It shocked me, Mom. And she had to drag me to the car because after that I was dead weight. I was dying. I had one tear and it barely came out. So my mom's calling the ambulance. She's calling the ambulance. Got there in 2 minutes. They load me up. They're like, we gotta go now. That was the worst day of my life. My mom actually got drugged by the ambulance. After that, like, it was a horrible day. So that was the first shock. Second shock happened while I was in the bathtub. I've gotten 2 shocks. The second shock happened while I was in the bathtub, and it made me feel better. It wasn't as harsh as the first one. So when I got the second shock, I was okay. It made me feel better. And my mom, she's panicking because she's thinking, this is like last time. Like, I was like, Mom, I'm okay. She was like, what the hell? Like, oh my God. What is wrong with you? Like, this ain't like last time. I was like, no, it's not. It made me feel better. It did what it was supposed to do. Like, so that was that. Then I've been hospitalized so many times. story is don't give up. You always got to keep pushing. As I said before, it's easier said than done, but if you give up, who's gonna tell your story? If you give up, who's gonna, I mean, people gonna miss you, but you always have a purpose. My purpose, I feel, is to inspire somebody else. Like, don't give up. Like, it's one day at a time, but you gotta keep pushing. Only a strong survive. I want to thank y'all. If y'all watched the whole video, I really appreciate it. As they say in all YouTube videos, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll post more content. Thank y'all for watching.